reviewing, and sharing clips. Axle has a simple approval system that allows editors, producers, or clients to quickly approve or reject an asset. Click on the circle in the bottom right of the thumbnail and 3 options will pop up that allows you to check Approve, Reviewing, or Rejected. Selecting one will add the corresponding color to the circle to be seen by all users on the system. As seen in the Smart Filters, the approval status of a clip is searchable. Next, let's cover what a bin is inside of Axle. A bin is a container to store clips and assets on the system. Bins are available to all users on the system that have access. Think of anything in a bin as just a pointer or a placeholder of what is already on the system. The bin doesn't create another version or overwrite a given asset when it is added. To create a bin, select the gear icon in the top right and select New Bin. A window will open that allows you to name your bin. Once the bin is saved, it will appear in the left panel under Bins. One of the key review features in Axle is the ability to create comments and subclips. We will first review making a comment. To do this, you will need to open an asset. Using a clip as an example, an editor, producer, or client with access can scrub to a specific timecode and enter a comment. The comments are viewable to all users in Axle and can be imported into Adobe for an editor or producer's use. Axle has the ability to make subclips from assets to be saved in bins for easier access. The idea of creating subclips is that an editor, producer, or client can take a clip and pull out selected takes or B-roll that they want to be included in a project. To create a subclip, open a clip, and in the media player, press the Subclips tab under the clip. From there, you can set an endpoint where you want the clip to begin by either pressing I on the keyboard or the left bracket in the media player. Travel to where you want the clip to end in the player and either press O on the keyboard or the right bracket to create an out point. Below, you will see a text field where you can give the subclip a specific name like Use This Take. Next, select the bin you want to add the clip to in the dropdown. Axle will remember the last bin where you saved and use that as a default. Once you have the correct bin selected, you can press Create Subclip. The subclip will be moved to the desired bin, and you can also see the clip if you scroll down. If you'd like to add a complete clip to a bin or multiple files at once, you can check the small box in the left corner of the assets. Then, press the 3 horizontal dot icon at the top and hover over Add to Bin. Then, select the bin you'd like to add your clips inside. Axle gives the user the option to download the original high-resolution file or a lower-resolution proxy that will download faster and be easier to work with inside of your editing software. Be aware that if you use a lower-resolution proxy, that you will need to update to the high-resolution versions before the final output. Do not worry, we will discuss proxy workflow in a later video. For now, if you'd like to download a file or files, select what you'd like by checking the box in the lower left of the asset and then clicking the 3 horizontal dots in the top right of the screen. In the list, you will see an option for download. Once you press it, a window will open that gives you the option to download originals or the lower resolution proxies. Select what you'd like, and the files will begin downloading to your computer automatically. As a note, if you select one file to download, it will show you the option for File at the top of the window. But if you select multiple files, select the Zip option. The download progress should appear in a colorized status bar at the top of the page. If you would like to share files through Axle, there are a few different options. First, with the files you want to send selected, press the icon with the 3 horizontal dots at the top right of the page. In the drop-down, select Share. A window will open that has a share link. You can copy and paste that link into an email or type the names of the recipient's emails in the address line. You can enter more than one email. This text field is not case sensitive and doesn't matter if you use a comma or just a space to separate emails. You can set an expiration date for the link and check whether or not the recipient can download the clips once they receive the email. If this option is not checked, the recipient will only be able to view the assets that are sent to them. To show you, an outside user that follows the link will have a view like this, where they can view the clips in a list and write comments and set approval status. The comments and approval status will then show up in the Axel system. If a comment or approval status is not showing up, simply refresh the page or try logging out and logging back in. If the person commenting is a registered user on the system, you will see their name next to the comment. Otherwise, it will just say guest. Another way to send files is within the same menu at the top under the 3 horizontal dots. In the drop-down, hover over Send to Connectr. From there, choose Send via Hightail. A window will open that will ask for email addresses. Once you add and press Send, the files will be sent through Hightail for the recipient to download. A receipt of the file being sent can be found on our Hightail account for OGS. The third way to share a file or files with someone is to copy and paste the web address of a particular file or folder into a messenger. Click inside a specific asset to copy or send from the folder or catalog levels. Please remember that the recipient will only be able to view the files that they have access to in Axel. Similar to the last method, you can also copy and paste the file folder path that appears at the top of the page when browsing. For example, if I were to dig down into a specific catalog's folders, you will see the names of the path appearing at the top under the Axel search bar. You can copy and paste any or all of these path names into a messenger for someone to access. If you would like for them to only see the end destination, copy the final name and paste it into the messenger. Each individual level will be clickable to open. One final way to share a file is to copy the file path of a particular asset and paste it into the search bar for Axel. Please note that this will only work inside Axel. If you paste the file path in your web browser search bar, it will not work. There are 2 locations where you can copy an asset's file path. The first is if you click the 3 horizontal dots at the top of the page and then click View Full Path. A window will open that will show the path that you can copy into the Axel search bar. You can also locate the file path in the right panel under File Path, which is in the File Details section at the top.